Yep. Yes, indeed. I know how it goes. My round one was mix-up. And it was as humiliating as one might expect.
I actually nearly took a round off Sente, and then he was like, okay, you have sinned. I'm going to punish you for it.
The worst thing you can hear when you're playing against Sente is, good, because that means he has seen what you've done, and he has now adapted and will not fall to that again. So it's time to change your game plan. Good defense from Mix-Up. Staying alive despite a lot of pressure from Sente. Oh yeah, gotta watch that. Can they get the ring out? They can! Well played, Mix-Up. Way to stay patient under fire. No ring outs here though as we get the walls back up.
Sente particularly likes to punish me with throws because he knows that I consider guard throw escape to be a moral failing on the part of the user.
It's a last option. You do not want to count on lazy breaks. Those are a final line of defense. And you know, you got Jeffrey, you got the launchers, you got stuff to get him.
That's true.
But you got to earn it against Sente.
Yeah, sure do.
Mix-Up earning a potential another win. Oh, but a whiff there. You just stay airtight on defense if Mix-Up is not going to fall here. But Sente, Sente running a devastating combo, but it was not enough to kill. Mix-Up capitalizing on that, taking the second round. Good 2P. I almost said TP. TP.
At least one can say that for all the bullshit she does have, like that, Aoi at least is a fairly low damage character.
Both of these characters are. You would never know it watching either of these players play them, but these are two of the lowest damage characters in the game.
Ready, go!
And Sente getting on the board. Nice whip.
And of course, in exchange for that high damage output, which I definitely take for granted a little bit on Jeffrey sometimes, Aoi gets the best defense in the game, and Eileen gets the best mix in the game, or top 3 mix in the game.
Yeah, I could agree with that. Nice. Oh, Mix-Up no slouch, living up to their name constantly.
Oh,
a lot of offensive options against Sente and taking game number 1 against all odds.
Mix-Up chasing that win, but it is a reset scenario. It's where endurance starts to come into play.
Yeah, we love Sente here. Don't get me wrong, but to watch Sente fall, especially to someone who has really been putting in a lot of work, getting better and ironing out all the wrinkles in their game. I would love nothing more than to see Mix-Up get the reset and even the victory against Sente, but it's a tough task. Good pokes from Sente, keeping them at bay.
You know, going back to our discussion earlier about mental fortitude, I have never in my life seen Sente get even flustered in bracket.
Yeah.
The man is made of stone.
That is huge. That is something that, you know me, you know our sense. You know I am an emotional fighting game player, and that can have its strengths, but one of the biggest weaknesses is you can be susceptible to pressure and folding under pressure, and that is a weakness as a fighting game player that you will just never see Sente display. He is always in a good mood, even when he's losing. Even when he loses grand finals to Mangocopter. He's like, ha ha ha, good. He's always jovial.
He's just so happy to see his children come so far.
He loves it. This guy doesn't care about winning as much as he cares about building a really strong scene and a strong community here. And that's why so many people love what Sente does and what he's done for these locals. Mix-Up, though, I would love to see the underdog story come to fruition. See them get the win over Sente.
Because a win over Sente, for anybody Mangocopter, is the grail. It is what you chase when you come here to Tuesday Trials when you're one of the top players.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, good boxing here. Oh, but getting interrupted by Sente. I like the idea with the jabs, but it was not enough against Sente's pressure. Ooh, nice sweep.
I mean, even with that said, you beat Mangocopter in bracket. It's possible to say that he gambled a few too many times and lost, because Mangocopter is very much a gambler when it comes to this game.
Yeah, he's I'm not going to say he's like the prototypical grappler player, because he's not he's not necessarily like going for the big damage grabs every single time. He's very strategic about his choices, but he always plays very committal characters, so if he makes a few bad decisions, it can be something you capitalize on. A lot harder to do against these two characters, though. Very, very hard to swing momentum back in your favor when you got Eileen running around like a monkey and Sente's Aoi just not just Tenchi. Again, this guy doesn't just rely on Tenchi. This guy's doing the deep cut reversals that none of the casual Owie players bother to learn. They just want to mash buttons and then, oops, I'm minus, guess I'll hit Tenchi now. Not so with Sente. He is always making educated guesses at worst. Every single choice he makes in this game. And we are back to character select, I believe. I don't know if we had a...
Maybe a controller disconnect issue. I saw
yeah, maybe.
A controller issue earlier.
Yep.
But yeah, goes back to my point being, people have beaten Mango Copter in bracket before, just when he gambles too many times and loses.
Yes.
But you're not going to get that against Sente, because if you do start to win against him, he's going to play more compact. He's going to target the things that you are doing they're weak. He's going to find the chink in your armor, which means this is an endurance match from round 1.
I was wondering when somebody would say something about that.
I missed that.
That was one of Nara's many questionable Star GG tags, was chink in the armor.
I forgot about that.
Yes.
Yes. Indeed.
Ooh. Good tech roll from Mix-Up.
We, of course, know that I did not mean it in the same spirit.
In the armor. In the armor. In the armor.
Jesus.
I will say for the record, though, you make some good points about Sente. Very strong player, but he has said himself he has habits. He does have exploitable habits, and that's why, from his perspective, he doesn't outright win majors. He loses to, admittedly, very strong players, but he does lose. And you can often see him lose to strong players Monday nights on twitch.tv/SenteDessen. He runs lobby nights. For those who do not know, you can get some good games with a lot of strong players and not so strong players. I'm in there too, so you know it's a wide range of skill levels. But you can get a lot of good games going every Monday night. If you want to hop in the lobby, we run some league matches, courtesy of Sente.
Speaking of Sente, Sente has completely reversed the momentum on this at this point.
Yes, he has. Mix-Up's going to have to work extra hard to add new wrinkles for Sente to deal with. Otherwise, he's just going to be content to punish. But he's back up against the wall. That reversal is going to do the job, though.
But the point I was kind of working my way around to is this. There are a few people in this community that I would be less likely to take a first to 100 against than Sente. I would take one against Mango Copter, maybe get a few rounds off, and hold that over his head for years. You know, if I lost to Mango Copter 5 to 100, I would still hold those 5 wins against him. Because he's just a better player than me.
I don't know, Satan Shark. If you feel like you're built for a first to 100, if you feel like you have the mental fortitude, I don't know that you do, but it's just, you know, that's just my opinion. We're all allowed to have opinions about that sort of thing, right? Even if they're not correct opinions.
The point is, I would not do it against Sente.
I'll never forget what you said to me on this stream. I'll hold that against you forever, don't you know? And just like that, Sente, once again, is victorious. Mix-Up a little dejected, but I think that they made a really good showing of themselves.
They did.
And it's just back to the drawing board. I think Mix-Up is one of our strongest players now. And